Welcome insiders to Tech Inside. I'm your host Eric. Today is September 29th, 2014. We're going to be doing some inside news covering what happened last week in the tech world. So first off in inside news, talking about the most recent thing that has happened, GoPro. I've always said I wanted to get a GoPro for many reasons. It really won't be as beneficial on this channel, but I am a filmmaker, and just to have a small little camera that I can put in extreme locations is a good idea, I guess. But also, I have a go-kart, I have a quad. I always want to mount a GoPro on one of those devices, and it would be really cool if I did. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro. I've always been saying I want one, and I've kind of been waiting till the Hero 4 came out, the GoPro Hero 4. I was hoping that it was going to have 4K capability. The last GoPro, the GoPro 3, did have 4K, but only had 4K at 15 frames per second, so it's kind of unusable unless you're going to do like a time-lapse or landscape kind of, I don't know. Regardless, GoPro actually now has come out with the GoPro Hero 4. They have the GoPro Hero 4 Black, Silver, and then just the Hero. So going to the top dog, the GoPro Hero 4 Black Edition. This is going to be the highest end camera that GoPro has. It's going to start off at $499, so that's a decent amount of money for a little camera you're getting. Regardless though, it's going to have great video quality at 4K resolution at 30 frames per second, so that's going to be great. And you can obviously go down to like 1080p or 720p at higher frame rates like 120, 60, 45, stuff like that. But moving on now to a lower end GoPro, the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition. This is going to not shoot at 4K, just 1080p, but a big upgrade, I guess, to it is actually the design. On the back of the GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition, there's going to be a little touchscreen. Yeah, a touchscreen. GoPro's never put a screen on a camera before. They have little backpack attachments that go on GoPro so you have a screen, but a screen's never been built in, and they're finally doing it. So I think the Silver Edition really is going to be the sweet spot for most people, but that kind of makes me jealous because I really like the idea of having a screen on a GoPro, and I want to get the Black Edition, and the Black Edition doesn't have the screen. Regardless though, moving on to the lowest end GoPro at I believe $129, we have the plain Hero. It's going to shoot at 1080p. It's probably not going to be the greatest quality out there, but it's still going to be pretty good if you want to get into just starting off with a GoPro for little sport things here and there. For $129, you can't go wrong with the plain, just simple Hero. And to fill in the gaps for like $199, $299, we still have the GoPro Hero 3s out, but they're not new, so you don't have to worry about them. So there is the GoPro Hero 4s. If you're interested in checking them out, check the link down below. I'll supply one for you. Anyway, then moving on, I guess I have to talk about Apple now. Because, well, as you know, the MacBook Pros have come out with a Retina display for a while now. Now that's what Apple only sells, is the MacBook Pro with Retina display. And the Retina display looks pretty fantastic on these computers, I'm not gonna lie. But going on the desktop side of things, the Mac Pro, the iMac, there's no 4K display. And for the iMac, that's a big issue because the iMac has a built-in display. And if you can't get 4K and you want 4K, you're not gonna have a great day. But from all the rumors now that are happening, it looks like Apple is going to be releasing an actual 5K monitor for the iMac. And it could possibly be coming out later next month, in October, or maybe even in November. Of course, these are just rumors, we're not exactly sure. But from what we're hearing, 5K monitor should possibly be coming out this year for the 27-inch iMac. Probably not the 21.5-inch iMac just yet. But if they do come out with the 27-inch Retina 5K monitor, that's going to be awesome. And if they do that, expect either this year or next year to have an updated Thunderbolt display for the Mac Pros with a possible 5K resolution. So finally in Inside News, I want to bring back actually cameras. Now in my last episode of Inside News, I talked about Canon's 7D Mark II, a new DSLR for professionals that has come out, and also some point-and-shoot cameras that came out also. Anyway, though, I want to mention that we might be seeing more things from Canon this year, possibly in October. Now, of course, what I'm saying is just rumors. I'm not 100% sure if this is happening, but I've done a lot of research. I've looked at a lot of rumors, and I've looked at some interviews done by people at Canon. And from what I'm gathering, it looks like Canon could be releasing some sort of camera next month in October. I know Canon is working on a higher megapixel camera because right now the highest megapixels that Canon offers is, I believe, 22 or 23, which, don't get me wrong, is good, but a lot of professionals are wanting a little bit more, like maybe 46 megapixels. Regardless, though, we might be seeing a higher megapixel sensor this year, possibly in October, but we also might be seeing a new mirrorless camera. It looks like Canon is kind of serious about making some mirrorless cameras, probably very similar to like Panasonic's GH4. So we might be seeing a mirrorless camera this month, or well, technically next month in October, maybe an update to the EOS M, or might see a completely new camera. We're gonna have to wait and see, although I'm looking forward to whatever Canon comes out with because, well, I love cameras, and maybe I'll pick up one. We'll see. Anyway, guys, that is the video for today. Please leave all your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Help the channel any way you can. Also, if you want to see any more information about what I talked about, check the links out down below. I try to include whatever links I can. Also, check out my website, techinside.us. It actually is under construction, but everything is still up, so you can still see posts and stuff. The website might look like a little bit of a mess because we're doing some work on it. Wait for some pretty big updates with our website. Regardless, though, try and get content up when I can, so you might see some content that you haven't seen on Inside News, or you want to get the sooner information. That's not a good way to word it, but if you want to get information faster, sometimes check out the site. Maybe this will be the fastest. I don't know. It depends on how lazy I am to update the site. Anyway, guys, my name's Eric, Tech Inside. See you in the next one.